I'm right here with Aristotle Investment.
Obviously, you got whiskey too. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Big Glow, and I'm right here with my boy Aristotle.
Let's get it.
He about to teach me about these dividends and saving money.
It's your boy E005, man. I'm here with my boy Aristotle.
Shout out to Aristotle. I took his class.
Man, this dude is the truth, dog. He just put me on game on like investments, dividends, stock market.
I sit around with a bunch of my friends and we talk about stocks all day now.
Man, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy, stupid knowledge, you dig?
I've learned so much. Aristotle has put my trading level on top.
I done learned so much about stock trading, options in particular. It's really changed my whole life and concept about money and investing.
This dude taking people off the corner, man.
I can honestly just say that, like, before Aristotle, dude, I was trading off of impulse. A little bit of stuff I learned off of YouTube. But this package, it's the real deal. It'll get you trading off of real facts. You'll be able to back check, and you'll be able to know what you're doing, not just jump in because you think it's right.
I really should go check out this campaign. We really got something going on. Y'all know me, I'm trying to get my 100 M's any kind of way I can. Yeah.
This is Aristotle Investments, and welcome to Stock Sundays, where I go over a recap of last week's top news you may have missed, option trade recaps and strategies I take, important data and earnings to look forward to, a watch list for next week, and if you stay to the end, I do a live Q&A and $200 Cash App giveaway, $50 to 4 people. Tap in. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's your boy Aristotle, Full Throttle Art with the Rari. We back with another episode of Stock Sundays. I'm back in the King's Lair. Y'all know where I'm at. I'm in my basement. Y'all see the background. It's looking real good. Got the camera looking real good. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. So let's get right into our Stock Sundays. So you guys already know what's going on. Recap of last week news. Recap of trades I took. Biggest movers and losers. Crypto news. Data, earnings, and news to look forward to, earnings, and Sunday watch list. All right, so that's what we're gonna talk about today. All right, let's get it. So good evening to y'all back. Let's get right into it. So news recap. What's going on in the world? What's going on last week? What can we talk about? So Nvidia, Microsoft, Sony, Oracle, General Electric, and Salesforce all hit 52-week highs. All right, so that was last week, and that was crazy. All right, last week lots of stocks hit 52-week highs just from the lows, right? Especially Nvidia. I mean, man, one of my biggest regrets is not investing a lot of money into Microsoft. Sony, I definitely got to figure out what's going on with Sony, because that's just crazy in itself. Oracle as well. I'm going to do more research and fundamental analysis this weekend on why Oracle, GE, and Sony. Now, the rest I understand. NVIDIA, Microsoft, CRM. CRM is Salesforce Cloud Computing. So it makes a little bit more sense than the other one. So I got to go check those out. And Sony, of course they do music. They got PlayStation. They got a bunch of stuff going on. But, definitely need to figure out why PayPal, Pfizer, Paramount, 3M, AMGN all hit 52-week lows, right? So, PayPal, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of fintech. At all. I don't think PayPal has what it takes to defeat Apple in the long run. We're talking about long term. Now, granted, PayPal could easily make an acquisition. I don't know what they could do with Venmo. I'm not sure what PayPal could do, because you got so many competitors. Like, you got to think, like, a lot of money isn't flowing like it was back in the day. Like, I know eBay. I'm not sure if eBay has their own payment processor now, but I know back in the day I used to use PayPal for eBay. I even used to use PayPal for my group chat when it first started off, right? But everyone switched to Stripe. Everyone switched to all types of other payment programs, and it makes sense. PayPal, to me, has an outdated system. I don't trust them in the long run to compete with Apple when it comes to peer-to-peer lending, or they got all the Fed Now thing going on. Then you got Cash App, which is another competitor. I'm not a fan of fintech unless it's Apple, or honestly, Apple is going to put PayPal out of business, in my honest opinion. You know, just based on the trajectory of where the world is going, I'm not a fan of PayPal. Pfizer, medical, you know, I would have to do a little bit more research. I'm not the type of person to invest in a lot of healthcare stocks, but I do like the healthcare ETF. Now, one thing I will say about healthcare is a recession-proof type of business. Why? Because people are always going to be at the hospital. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's not going to be a point of time in human history where people aren't going to need medicine or be, you know, indulge in the hospital. You just know how it go. You can go to any hospital. You probably gonna have a long wait. The medical field will always be profitable and lucrative throughout, you know, throughout history. And then medical insurance. So, you know, stocks like United Health, things like that. People need health insurance. So, you know, unless Apple says they're selling health insurance, then, you know, I'll be scared. Like I said, if Apple says they're doing anything, the world should be scared. If Apple say, hey, we got health insurance, all right, health insurance companies might go out of business. If Apple say, so really, I'm going to be honest with y'all, it's really based on what Apple feels. You know, I'm going to keep it all in 1,000. Apple step in anybody's lane, it's a wrap. Even if they step in their lane, it's a wrap. That's all I got to say. Netflix says ad tier now has nearly 5 million monthly active users. So I know Netflix said that they're going to experiment with ads and things like that too. So not sure how that works because I don't watch Netflix. But I would say adding ads to their business on top of their paid subscribers is a good business move. Netflix recently took off. And, you know, I'll be honest, I doubted Netflix, mainly because the streaming got so competitive. So, you know, Apple has its own streaming platform. HBO has its own streaming platform. Stars has its own streaming platform. So one thing I like to do is I like to invest in companies that have economic moats, meaning no one has what you have and no one can pretty much compete with you. And if someone does, you're the best. So I feel like with Netflix, yes, I like their business model, their household name, Netflix and chill, you know, whatever. But with everyone, and then Disney Plus, of course. So you got Disney Plus competing with Netflix, things like that. So, you know, I doubted them, but, you know, I think Netflix has enough money to make a comeback. I think, you know, one thing I'm learning is good companies with a lot of cash flow can figure it out. So if you're not learning that yet in the stock market, then, you know, you're missing out. Just know that if it's a great company and they have good cash flow and they have a good CEO, they can figure it out eventually. Facebook so Instagram is getting ready to launch Twitter. So they're getting ready to launch whatever it is about Twitter. So I guess they're going to add some message threads that we can do. Now, granted, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Instagram is missing out. Let me tell you why. Instagram should have stuck with it with that YouTube TV, with the IGTV. They should let us post long form content. You know, that's just my honest opinion. I think Instagram is missing out by not letting themselves post long form content and then adding a separate channel. And they need to add a separate like Reels like part of their app. Like they got a Reels part, but they ain't got it to where, you know how TikTok, you can search for certain types of Reels. I think Instagram needs to keep the feed how it is, but also have like a YouTube type world and then like a Twitter type world like in their app and put it at the bottom of the screen. So, you know, like, so you can pretty much be, because you got to think if they do that, they can fuck Google shares up. They can fuck Google up because you got to think we can be in whatever world we want, but we don't ever have to leave your app. You get what I'm saying? I don't have to go to YouTube no more if all my favorite creators are also posting it on YouTube. You get what I'm saying? I think Instagram is missing out a big bag. I think people sleeping on Mark Zuckerberg. If he figures out a way to copy YouTube's layout and also bring back the ads where people were able to put ads in those long form videos, because he did it like 3 years ago, about 4 years ago, I remember, and he was paying kickbacks for it. But, you know, the Twitter part too, I think is, I don't know how they're going to do that, but, you know, we going to see. I think they're better off with that YouTube idea though. Adding YouTube to Instagram, but like, you know, their own version of it would be brilliant. YouTube might mess up my algorithm for saying that. Tesla, serious about plans to set up production innovation based in India. All right. So in my honest opinion, people don't understand how big this is with all these major companies finally stepping into India and doing big business. We saw Apple recently do it, and now Tesla is talking about doing it, right? So you got to think, India has like 1.4 billion people, right? So, and India is like the perfect place to pretty much start a bit. It's like it's at a perfect spot right now because they have a working class, no offense, that works like the Mexicans. They're lower class. And before you feel offended, if you go to London, like I went to a Five Guys when I was in London, it was nothing but Indian workers. If you go like overseas, like Indians are the Mexicans over there. They the ones who work all the, like they build the stuff, do all. I'm telling you what's going on. So their lower class works hard, and then they have a stronger middle class, and then they also have the ability to do production and all of that. So India is one of the top countries everyone is targeting, mainly because they're an English speaking country. So I didn't know, well, I did know that for like years. Plus I got an Indian friend named Unraveler. He even told me, like, yeah, bro, everybody speak English. We got to learn English. You know, the moment we, you know, from the ground up, even in China, a lot of them speak English because they understand that they're trying to make money. And they know that, and everybody around the world know that, hey, you got to speak English if you really want to, you know what I'm saying, really maximize your profits. Hell, some of the best video editors on Fiverr, all of that, they be Indian, you know, all that, for real. So, OpenAI now has an app. So Microsoft, oh my God. So now you can use ChatGPT as an app. So I just downloaded this app, right? ChatGPT, OpenAI app. And that's dangerous, man, because don't nobody want to keep going to no computer. So now I can like come up with the content plan straight from my phone and copy and paste it straight to my notes. It's a wrap. Now, granted, you could have did that already a little bit. You could airdrop it. And shout out to Apple, man. Android is a complete trouble. I've been saying this for the last 10 years. I knew Android was in trouble when the green text came out. When they start differentiating the text, I was like, oh snap. Android, you in trouble. Because Apple, I'm gonna be honest, Apple probably was the most genius business model I've ever seen done. But I think they copied a page off Microsoft book because Microsoft was doing some of that first. Microsoft was, how do I say it? From the top down, you had to use, like for instance, if you were playing with Xbox, you had to use Xbox headphones or it won't be compatible. So that's how, and then Apple started doing that. Now you can't use outside headphones. You got to use our shit. Now you can't use this, right? So that taught a lot of people around the world about business. And you got to think success leaves clues. Just like when Elon Musk charged for the Twitter verified, what does Mark Zuckerberg do? So if you're noticing, a lot of companies are starting to copy each other and being unapologetic about it, right? They're being very unapologetic about copying other people's moves, right? So that in itself is a shocker to me. And then we got Uber. Uber launches private chartered boats in Mykonos, Greece, right? So I've been to Mykonos. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Mykonos. This is actually pretty dope too, because Mykonos got that vibe to it. I'm gonna tell y'all something about Mykonos. If you're in your early 20s and if you can at least get to Mykonos before you turn 35, that is the perfect place for young rich people around the world. Not black, not anything. It's like everybody who's young and rich goes to Mykonos. I gotta go this summer. I just gotta go. I gotta go again and again and again. I'm talking about that place is amazing. But now you can Uber boats. Oh man. But for $270, I mean, fuck it. I'm rich. I'll go there. But listen, I was thinking I was middle class all of a sudden. I was like, 270 goddamn dollars. Nah, even in that's cheaper than Miami though, cause Miami charging 4,000 for a boat charter. So imagine when they bring that to Miami. Now I personally believe in Uber. I should have. Now that's a regret. I regret not going long on Uber, because Uber is just one company I believe in. I believe in their business model, even though they haven't been very profitable, even though they have new competition, this and that. I just believe in the innovation of Uber. But if Uber brings that to Miami, places like Amsterdam, places like Chicago, places like with rivers and stuff like that, imagine like people can Uber boats even in like water places in America. You get what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I'm really thinking about that. I'm like, what if they put that like on the Mississippi River? You get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even gotta take the highway. I can just take this Uber boat, and then you add some amenities to your Uber boat, and you serving alcohol on that motherfucker. You doing whatever. That's what I would do. But of course they probably will make that illegal. I don't know. But I'm just like, whoa, okay, Uber. Now, let's get to the trade recaps. So trade recaps. So the first one, AMD bounce, right? So we got the AMD bounce and the SPY put. So I won on this one, but lost on this one. This one was either Monday or Tuesday, one of the two. But I was green every day of the week. And I also made 4,400 right after that. So I made about 13K this week. I only made 13K. I know people hate when I say that, when I say I only made something. But I was green every day of the week, and I only missed 2 signals out of like 12 I've called. So I went like 10 for 12. But one of them was some bullshit, Nike. Nike actually went up, so I almost went 11 for 12. But Nike did something stupid. You feel me? So SPY, I'll talk about that loss, and I'll talk about this Amazon win. This AMD bounce. I'll talk about that. So AMD bounce. Why did I get in? I drew the fib from what day was this? This was the 17th. So this is the 16th. I drew the fib from the previous day lows to the high of that day, right? And I was waiting on a drop here, and I put the box here. Now, why did I choose this? Because it had this 50% fib here. So if you see this 0.5 right here, all you got to do is move a decimal space over, and that's what it is. So this is the 23.6 fib. This is the 38.2. This is the 50. This is the 61.8, and this is the that. But I chose to bounce it here at the 50% mark, because if you see this white line right here too, this was also a key level too that I marked on my chart on higher time frames. So I probably looked at the hourly or the 4-hour, saw some confluence here. I put that 99 through 100 little mark right here, and yeah, went crazy. And I even told them AMD 100 bounce for the 101 calls. See, I said that. So check that out. You see that? You see 100 right here? This is the 100 line. It bounced perfectly at 100. It bounced perfectly at 100, and that's how we got in. And we took it on live. So I said AMD 100 bounce. Now let's talk about that SPY put. So believe it or not, we were up. We got in this SPY. I bought some puts here, and we were up 15% in like 10-15 minutes. But I got greedy because I wanted it to go lower. So after it broke below the 200 MA, and it started the day off with like 5 red candles. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take the reject when it comes up here. And I was almost profitable. You see, we had some red candles here. It was looking good. But then I started getting scared. I was like, oh shit, they gonna bamboozle me. And this happens. By the way, it happens. This is my only loss of the week. You get what I'm saying? So it was like cool. The only one that I fucked up on. I'm like, oh shit, they got me, right? So yeah, they got me with this one. They got me. But the reason why I got in, if you see this orange line, this is the 200 MA on the 5 minute. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna take this reject off the 200 in May. Made 15%, but ended up losing, right? So I was like, cool. And then NVIDIA called. So the next day I went off. And as you can see, you see that the next day I was like, you know what? I got something for these jokers. I got something real good for these jokers, right? And that was the next day. So this day I lost one. This day, what was this? Okay. Oh snap, where am I going? Here we go, yep. So NVIDIA, yep. I'll tell you why I got in this. So basically it broke above highs after already breaking above highs. You see that? So this is a pre-market high. So after I saw it broke pre-market highs, and then I missed this entry. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna take this next entry. And that's why I called it. So as you can see, I called it right here. I'm in starters, right? And then next thing you know, it got to 25%. Now I regret, this is the one I regret because I got out right here. Cause SPY was also topped out too at the same time. So I got out right here. We got in right here, got out right here. And I was like, okay, we out, cool, right? But then this motherfucker kept running, pissed me off. So I was like, you know what, cool. NVIDIA, you got me. You know what I'm saying? But so I only got out, I only made 25%, but if we would have held, we would have made probably 200%. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh yeah, hit the like button, by the way, y'all. Please make sure y'all hit the like button. I would definitely appreciate that. Everybody, thank you so much. Tesla 180 call, high risk. So this was my walk-off home run. We went for 80% walk-off home run. This is the only trade I called. This was Friday. You know what I'm saying? So who else is just calling tech signals at this rate that I'm doing it? No one. All right. So why did I get in Tesla? We broke highs right here with some nice volume. And then I took the pullback, this red candle. This is where we got in right here at the bottom of this red candle. And that's why we made so much. And then we took profits at the highs. And that's how we made all that money. So that's why I got in Tesla. And honestly, this was a blessing because I kind of woke up late and I was like, fuck, I done missed something. But I was like, I got to get my team something. Because, I care about Honey Drip. We got to get money every single day, right? So, yeah, that's why I got in Tesla. It broke highs and then it pulled back. They gave us a chance to get in. Oh, I was like, oh, y'all fucked up. This red candle, I was like, oh, yeah, we about to print. Boom. Called that motherfucker. And you see right here, called it. 180 call, 519. I told them high risk. Make sure you use risk management. And then we went crazy. This thing went all the way to the 80%. And I made about 2,200 on that. So yeah, lit. All right. So click the link in the description for the $10 off weekly trial. And it comes with a beginner's course. So if you know nothing about options, if you know nothing about the stock market, and you're actually trying to learn this, and you want a cheap alternative, only for the first 100 people, you get it for $25. Link in the description. And by the way, you have to get it before it runs because this sells out quick. So it's 700 people in here. So you got to think it sells so quick that people be like, dang, bro, I missed my chance. So definitely secure your spot before someone else does because the link only lasts for 100 people. I set it up that way, right? And you will get, and if you know nothing about options and if you want a weekly trial, we live trade every day. Exclusive courses, pre-market webinars, tech signals, as you can see, and channel for small accounts. So we do have a small account channel. All right. So let's get into other things. Biggest movers and losers. All right. So the biggest movers from last week, MU, which I'm still in that swing, low key. AMD. So as you can see, chip makers. So y'all got to understand the chip business. Why does chips keep taking off the way it does? Because there's a chip to make this go. There's a chip in that. There's a chip in your phone. There's a chip in your car. There's a chip in your computer. There's a chip in your camera. There's a chip for everything that is damn near electric. Your AC. So everybody is powered by some form of chip. Right now, Intel has kind of fell off. I gotta figure out how GE is taking off though. That is insane. Wells Fargo, banks making a little comeback. Netflix went off. Tesla went off, right? So I'm a large cap trader. You get what I'm saying? I'm a large cap trader. That sounds like I cap large. I don't like to say that. I like to trade large cap stocks. I can't say I'm a large cap trader because that sounds like cap, and I'm not cap. And biggest losers, Nike. By the way, we hit for 50%, but then they tanked us. That's why I said I lost 2. Nike was supposed to be 1. I went 10 for 12 last week. Nike. But I was still profitable. Even though you lose one doesn't mean you're not profitable. I still profited only 13,000, but it's cool. Yeah, semi is artificial. Oh yeah, and they doing AI. That's another thing too. I forgot to say that. You know, Nvidia, AMD, all of that will be tapping into AI. So that's another reason why these things will be taking off. And you got to think, when people believe in the future of a stock, they buy it up. So they're buying into the future of Nvidia. They're pricing in the future of Nvidia. Whenever you see big name people, or not big, but hedge funds, all of that. See, me, I got in Nvidia at the very lows when it was like, I think it was like, like $100 or $80. It was very low. So I got in super low, and it's at 315. So yeah, I'm up like 60,000 on that. I forgot to show y'all my last week's profits too. I went crazy. But yeah, here we go. Crypto news. So Bitcoin is now down from the lows. That could be because, you know, the stock market is supposed to move with the stock market, but now it's kind of moving opposite. It's like when the stocks are doing bad, Bitcoin does good because people look for cheaper alternatives. But when stocks are doing good, then you know what I'm saying. So you know how this shit go. But I'm personally a believer in Bitcoin and Ethereum. I believe in them long term. I believe if they get back to 20,000, everybody and their mama need to get them a coin. If you got 20,000 on you, if you got 20 racks, put that motherfucker in Bitcoin. If you like not trying to like, if you trying to hold, like if you got 20,000 to hold, or just put whatever you can in exposure to it when it hits like close to 20 racks again. In Ethereum, if it gets back to like 1,500, something like that, we definitely gotta get us a lot more. So yeah, I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting on Bitcoin to get close to I know crypto doesn't move with the market. Yeah, it does not. It used to though. It used to slick move with it like 2 years ago, but it don't no more. Oh yeah, I'm up now on the video for sure. All right, data and important news. So no major reports Monday. So we got free money tomorrow. New home sales on Tuesday. A release of minutes from May 2nd to the meeting of the U.S. And then we got Thursday, first quarter GDP. And then Friday, we got all of this. Now, granted, I'm not, I like to think about, I like to think about the news the day of. I don't really like to, you can't really predict how the market is going to react to these things. You feel me? So I'm a day trader primarily. I wait till the news is over with, and then I trade. So if you guys are asking me, well, how do we trade this? You can't predict this. You can't, don't try it. Just let them do their talking and then go trade. But the last thing you want to do is be in a day trade when these guys are talking. You feel me? So yeah, now we gonna get into earnings. Who should we look at? Now TD, my favorite, favorita. But even though I don't like the stock, I love TD. We got Nvidia. Wow. So Wednesday, is Nvidia going to fall or is it going to drop? I mean, that was the same word I just said. Is Nvidia going to fall or is it going to rise? Now, if Nvidia gaps up one more time, I know something. All right. I'm talking about, man, like whoever missed out on the video will never catch it if this motherfucker don't gap down. So, if you one of those people who like, man, I missed Nvidia, if they gap down, that's your chance. If they gap up, you'll never get a chance. That's all I got to say. And it's already bad now, but it can get worse Wednesday. These guys might go to heaven Wednesday. I'm talking about, man, That's one I'll be watching for. Zoom. Yeah, they're over with. Unless everybody goes back on lockdown, you can kiss Zoom goodbye. You feel me? But if COVID happens again, I'm talking about if the world locks down again, I'm throwing in at least 100 racks in Zoom. At least if they try that shit again. I can't wait 10 years from now for the next pandemic. I'm investing in Zoom. I'm investing in streaming, and I'm investing in what else? I'm investing in all stay-at-home products. The gym. I'm investing in that. People who sell workout equipment. I can't wait for the next pandemic. That's why I be trying to live long and stay out the way. Cause you gotta stay out the way. I gotta live long to get this money. All this shit going on in the market, it's too much easy money out here. So that's why I don't even go to the club no more. I don't do none of that, man. I gotta stay alive for the market. I gotta stay alive for the next pandemic so I can get rich. Every time the market drop, I'm buying a dip. That's just how it go. But yeah, eventually in the video will retrace, but it just ain't gonna happen. Anytime, like especially if they gap up, it's gonna be nasty. Like, cause you saw Meta gapped up like 3 times. Yeah, Peloton. I'm investing in Peloton. Might be delisted by the time the next pandemic happens. So we're gonna have to find whoever else. But yeah, it's gonna get real sticky. I know that sounds fucked up because people did die. Damn, I'm sitting here asking for another pandemic, and people died. I apologize. All right, I apologize, but. You get what I'm saying? That's why you gotta eat your vitamins. Take your vitamins now. Stop eating all that stuff, people. That's why I stopped eating bacon. That's why I stopped drinking sodas. All of that because I don't. You gotta have a healthy body. COVID killed off the weak. You get what I'm saying? The people who decided that they want to eat pork chops all day and fat back and all that shit, they died. They caught COVID. It got bad for them. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest with y'all. Eat healthy. Health is wealth because you got to be able to enjoy it. All right? Now, we can get into our watch list. What you guys been coming for, what you came here to see, the watch list. All right? So, let me get to my camera. All right? So, you guys came to see this watch list. All right, let's get into it. So, bam. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go line by line. We're going to check out all the good shit. We're going to see what's going on. See what the market on. All right. Now, let me take off these pivot points. Let's get us a fresh chart. So now SPY is fresh. So now this is when I knew the market was going to take off. This is the first sign. First, let me tell you, before I even start, this is when I knew. When we start making higher lows. When we start making higher lows like that, as you can see, everybody, when you make higher lows, that's the first sign that the market wants to go. Because you got to think, if it doesn't fall back to support, so this didn't fall down here. And then this one didn't. So when you get 3 higher lows, that's when I knew my leaps were going to print. Because it failed to go here. And this one failed to go here. Right? So that was the first sign where I was like, okay, SPY is done. Now, if you don't believe in my theory, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So you see right here, we got lower highs. So that's the first sign. When you get 3 lower highs, that's the first sign of a major drop, right? 3 touches of support. So, well, resistance, my fault. You see that? So if we make that line white, and then here, you can see it for COVID. I wish TradingView would stop that. This little new update they got where you got to continue to draw. I guess it's good for some certain extent. But even with COVID, you see that higher low. That's one of the first signs. Now, that doesn't mean it's always going to happen. But you see that? We got a higher low. So if it keeps failing, after a steep drop, right? After a steep drop, and then you make like 3 higher lows in a row, it's a wrap from that point. Based on, history. So that's just a sign. That doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It's just a sign. Now, as you see, this line right here. We came up, dropped, retested that line, and bounced. Went crazy from here. This should have been a nice buy. I ain't even gonna lie, but everybody was scared because you got to think, people kept talking recession fears. And you got to think, them bears, you know how they say the negative person be the loudest in the room? So when we be listening to them bears, they always goddamn seem like the loudest man in the room. The market's going to drop. Y'all you might not want to buy yet. We're going to come lower. Don't buy yet. So I'm like, hey man, I ain't listening to y'all this year. Y'all hey, you know how they say fool me once? Shame on you. Fool me twice? Can't put the blame on you. But I will not get fooled a third time. So I'm up about 500 racks because I didn't listen to them bears. I almost said a bad word. Them bears they always trying to scare us, especially at Lowe's. Down here, yeah, bro, the market gonna drop. My expert friend who works at Wall Street said the market is gonna drop. And then at here, everybody talking about, oh, Nvidia about to take off. The same people who was, oh yeah, y'all better be scared. Y'all better be scared. Now they, oh, Nvidia going to 500. Blah blah blah. This and that. So this is what I learned. This is why I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. I use my own analysis because I realize it's nothing but fear mongering. And you're going to pay attention to the wrong person. And you're not going to make money if you always listen to people who talk about, don't buy, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. Well, when do I buy? Why don't nobody tell that part? You notice everybody tell you when not to buy. But rarely does anybody say, hey, here's when you should buy. So that's when I learned, never listen to the news or these these YouTube wannabe gurus or these Instagram gurus or all these Twitter gurus. They don't know shit. But guess who does know it? Your boy Aristotle. Because ask anybody about me. Ask them what I did. Let's go see what I did. All right. Well, I made more than this already, but account up 100% because I didn't listen to these motherfuckers. I didn't listen to them. You see, look, let's go check it out. Let's go check the proof. Let's go check the proof and why you should never listen to these folks. I didn't believe in one bit. Check me out. 928. I told everybody I'm getting an AMD, Google, Nvidia, Shopify. I said, and I'm adding SQ and Meta. I said in 928. So let's go see what 928 was. Here's October. Here's September 28th at the bottom. This is when I'm telling everybody to buy. So why would you not listen to me? While everybody telling y'all to sell, I told all my folks, 928, you see the dates. Don't act like you don't see that. That's 928, my friends. Buy. You see that? You see that? It's on 928, Wednesday, right here. I said buy. We're going to buy here. And everybody else, sell, be scared, be scared. I'm experienced. I already realized this. I done seen this 100 times. You get what I'm saying? This is I'm 6 years in. When this shit happens, you buy. When this shit happens, you buy. When this shit happens, you buy. So if I've been investing, so this is why I bought and no one else know to buy. Because I done seen this one. I done seen this one. This is like my damn 4th drop. So I'm used to this by now. While everybody else new to this and, oh, I done seen this before. We gonna have to buy. Goddamn, every single time. There you can't name one point of time in history where this shit didn't recover after a big ass drop. Now I will say this 2008 drop was different. Now I will say that. This one was different. This one was a lot different because you got to think, I probably would have bought this dip. This is why a lot of people jumped off buildings and committed suicide during 2008 because I damn sure would have bought this dip. Imagine buying this dip. This is not funny. This is not funny in no shape or form. But that right there, this, like, I would have bought this dip because I was like, because, you know, I like to wait it out a little bit. You know what? I'm going to average in a little bit. But to do this after that, that's the only time where I'll say, hey, I don't got nothing for that right there. That is ridiculous. Like that, I would have bought this dip easily. So, you know, but a lot of bad shit happened because they let a lot of loans and all that. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. That's the only time where I'll say, hey, there's an outlier to this, to buying that dip, because don't that look like the 2008? You get what I'm saying? So yeah, it's the only outlier. Yeah, that housing crash was nasty, boy. But anyway, let's get into the back to the stock market and shit. Glad that we got more users and viewers. So let's get into it. So I studied every market crash, and that's what made me buy this dip as well. I'll actually, before I even keep going, I'll also tell you furthermore why I bought this dip, because of the 1 week chart. So everyone remember on Twitter when I told people that SPY was going to bounce right here. Who remember on Twitter? Now don't make me go pull up the facts, because I will do it. You get what I'm saying? I already pulled up the facts in Discord. I ain't gonna go to Twitter right now because I don't want to hold up too much of y'all time. But yes, if you go on my Twitter, you'll see where I said on numerous occasions, because I don't have the tab up here and I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, go straight to it. But this 200 MA line, I told people on Twitter I might just have to do it for the one time. But yes, the real reason why I bought it too was because SPY since 2011 has not dropped below the 200 MA. COVID a little bit, but it recovered so fast. So right here is the real reason why I bought down here. If you guys are asking me, Aristotle, how did you know to buy there? Because of the 200 MA on the weekly chart. This is why I bought down here during the September, early October. All right, because of this 200 MA, and you see right here it bounced. So my prediction was right. I told people, look, y'all panicking, but we haven't fell below the 200 MA in fucking a decade or so, right? So that's another reason why I bought. So I gave y'all the sauce. All right, I gave y'all the sauce. Let's get back to the daily chart. So we got SPY. SPY looks like all it's doing is retesting after broken support. So broken resistance. So we broke resistance with some rising volume on the daily chart. So that's a good sign. I mean, let's check the RSI real quick. And we got a MACD cross, bullish cross right here. So that's also a good sign. I don't know, people. That looks like a good sign to me. All right, that looks like a good sign. And on top of that, companies are now talking about firing a lot of employees and using AI. So the AI push is also going to make a lot of these stocks go up. So yes, when people get fired, companies save money. So I did the math. Think about it, folks. If Amazon fired 10,000 employees and they're paying each employee $50K, let's just say $50K was the median salary, that is $500 million Amazon just saved. So Amazon just pretty much, so you gotta think 500 million times 12 is what? That's $6 billion. So by firing 10,000 people, they save $6 billion. Right? Actually, my fault. 500 million, because I said their yearly salary. I'm tripping. I'm doing the math wrong. They actually only save 500 million, because I timed it by 12. They ain't making 50K a month. They only making 50K a year. My fault. But I'm good at stocks. I might not be good at math, but I'm good at this shit. These candlesticks and all that, this is what I know. I suck at math though, so don't, you know. I don't suck at math, by the way, I don't. But anyway, let's go. I think SPY, it broke resistance and now it's retesting broken broken support. It broke this line, so this looks good to me. To me, it looks good. It looks like it's going to continue from here based on technicals. And you got to think, it already broke trend, and now it had this hump to get over. So we got to see if this is a false breakout. So if this is a false breakout, this could be bad. Then we're probably going to be in another range throughout the year. But if this thing keeps going based on how it looks, technically it looks sound, but this thing can, you know, it could keep going. Yeah, I know y'all think that's funny, huh? QQQ. I mean, sheesh. Talk about, man, look at that. Broke this trend line, came back and retest the 200 MA, gone. I'm talking about completely gone. Completely gone. Tesla. Let me see that. Tesla looks good. I told people, especially in the 160s, I was like, hey, you might want to get in leaps if this shit go back to 160. Especially up here, I was like, if you missed out in the 200s, you need to get in the 150s and the 160s. Nobody listened. Everybody was scared here at the 150s. But I'm still in Tesla leaps. It's back at 180 now. So Tesla moves very, very fast. Tesla looks good. Broke highs right here. I would say Tesla would be mine. Ooh, that looks very good as a matter of fact. Probably should have swung this shit, honestly. That looks actually good. Broke this trend line right here. Came back, retested. Now it's broken with rising volume. So we have some bullish setups. Let me go check QQQ again real quick though. It's QQQ RSI. So QQQ is kind of overbought now at this red line on the RSI. So that's kind of, you know, who knows? If QQQ pulls back here to the 327, 328, that could be a good bounce if QQQ pulls back here to the 328. So I'm watching for that. If we pull back again though, I'm definitely watching for swings. I think totally we're bullish. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if this comes down and then SPY false breakout, if SPY don't hold this resistance, then you know it could fall again. Stocks could fall one more time. It could. We don't know. So you know, this is a tough position we're in. But Tesla looks good, bullish wise. It looks good. You know, never fight the trend. Never ever fight the trend. You know, Tesla looks bullish. I love Tesla. That would be, I would say Tesla would be my main watch next week. Tesla above 182. So we can test that here. We can test that. Fuck it, because I know y'all like to test. Tesla plus 182. Remember that, folks. So I love Tesla above 182 if it gets there. All right. Amazon took off and now it's, so I told people, and it's funny because I tried to tell people this in the long term. I said, where was it? I was like, hey, if you didn't get in long term nothing yet, Amazon is still below. And I even told them averaging it into Google leaps. I told them this. I told them we was averaging into Google leaps. And I also said, if anyone is looking for long-term ads, Google and Amazon are still under $100. I don't see how anybody in their right fucking minds cannot invest in Google and Amazon under 100. If you're that scary, grow some fucking balls. That's all I gotta say. Grow some cojones. How do you bet against Amazon and you see them outside your door every day? How do you bet against Google? With YouTube. We on YouTube live right now. I don't get it. If you didn't invest long term in Amazon while it was under $100, I want to throw up for you. How? Google. How do you miss out on Google? Like what are you waiting for? I want to know that. Like for the people who were scared of Google, damn, AMD broke out like a motherfucker too. But come on now, man. Come on now, man. I told people a long time ago, get in this shit, man. Like that was probably a freebie. The government gave that shit to us. They literally on purpose dropped Google and Amazon under $100 for America to win. I told people this is a freebie. And people shitting on the government, I'm like, they done stock split everything. They done gave us a chance to invest in Google for under $100. And motherfuckers was still complaining. You get what I'm saying? It just don't make sense. They gave us freebies. They gave us Amazon under $100. They gave us Google under $100. And motherfuckers was still scared, bro. I don't get it. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm just going on my rant because it pisses me off that people did not invest in these two things long term. And I said it 100 fucking times that this is guaranteed money. All right. And I even told them we getting in leaps. I said we getting in long term and we getting in leaps. I'm getting in both. You feel me? Yeah, Alphabet owns YouTube. Been owned them for the last 10 years. Google has a bearish pin bar. I ain't gonna lie, some of this stuff look like it's gonna pull back. Cause check this out. Google has a bearish pin bar right here. You get what I'm saying? Right at resistance. And probably overbought as well on the RSI. Oh yeah, that looks like a high probability short play. I would honestly buy some Google puts. Check this out. We got overbought. Then we got a key level that it failed to go higher right here that it already dropped from before. So honestly, Google looks good for some puts. Should have swung some puts. That looks good. Based on technicals, Google looks like at least for the next few days could drop. That's crazy because some of this stuff looks, and let me tell you, and look, before you say, hey, what the fuck does this got to do with this? I'm going to show you why. Let's go to SPY. So I'm going to tell you why that RSI is important. So you see this third touch of resistance right here? Remember, so this is why Google could be a good short, because you see how SPY was overbought here, and then it also was at a form of resistance. So that's why I say Google could be a good short, because look what happened. So Google, if you missed your chance on Google, it may pull back again. That's if SPY false breakout. You get what I'm saying? It's SPY false breakout. Meaning it broke out here and then it false. So we in a tricky situation because Tesla looks bullish, SPY looks bullish, QQQ looks bearish, Amazon looks still strong. Who is this? Apple is right at damn near at highs again. Apple is too strong, man. Apple can't be fucked with. These guys, I told you, man, these guys run the world. Meta, oof. Oh, I got in Meta down here. By the way, I got in Meta down here. So, you know, I'm popping big shit, popping big flavor. You get what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. Microsoft gone, Nvidia gone. Let's check the RSI. Everything is kind of overbought, so that's kind of scary, folks. You see this red line? You don't really probably, you know, you might want to day trade from here and wait on the dip. Just my honest opinion. With nice key name companies, you got tech looks oversold. I mean overbought right now. Tech looks overbought. So I would be cautious. Just, you know, from a real investor's opinion, I would be cautious in day trade. I would not swing much. But like I said, AMD looks kind of bullish still though. It broke resistance. Could pull back. It could. AMD. I'm watching AMD. It's going to be hard though because I don't want to swing in this market, man. Plus I already got leaps. So you know me, I'm kind of biased. I don't have to swing much this year. I could really day trade and chill. But if AMD comes back and retests broken resistance turn support right here, that could be a good buy, or at least a good day trade for a scalp. You know, a bounce right here. It broke resistance. You know, if it retests, breaking retest, it could, you know, it could do its thing. Google, I already told you, I'm looking for a short. This is probably going to be one of my favorite shorts that I'm going to look at. And then SQ, I already told you I'm not a believer in fintech, but SQ could, you know, you could probably still, you know, trade it. It got this little channel, you know, a little staircase down to hell. But, you know, if it breaks this, it could possibly retest the 200. And if it comes back up, so where I'm break even again, because I'm down on SQ. This is the only thing I'm down on is SQ. So fuck you, SQ. You know. And damn, they done whacked the Cash App owner, all of that. Somebody said kicking myself. PayPal, not a believer. I already told y'all. There's another one that I fucked up on by thinking they would at least try. And then Shopify, I got in too. That was one where I was skeptical about, but that shit hit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, I put my Jordan shrug up. Whenever Shopify hit, I pretty much did the Jordan shrug. I was like, shit, man, I don't know, man. I'm just goddamn. I guess I predicted all of them. You feel me? So yeah, I did that one on them. I did my goddamn thing. It was one. Who was this? Disney. Disney. I'm not sure what to say about them. Netflix. If Netflix pulls back, another one that I like for a break and retest. If Netflix comes down right here at the break and resistance, I like it. So I like stuff for a pullback. It's kind of tricky. Netflix topped out right here, came to a resistance, could pull back. We gonna see. And that's about it. Everything else is ass. You get what I'm saying? Everything else, I'm not really a fan of all these other stocks. MU, yes. I like MU maybe for one more bullish day. One more bullish day. After breaking this thing, after breaking highs, Micron, this was some big highs right here. It's probably like one of the last ones I really like. And then CVS, I'll say CVS for one. CVS is one of my favorites because we got bullish divergence here, big bullish divergence, and with a MACD cross. So we're going to bank on CVS. CVS should do its thing, and it should come here. CVS is probably one of my favorite things to trade right now. Should come here and then go. It was one that I was thinking had I think it was GM. GM has a falling wedge here. So GM has a falling wedge and with bullish divergence. So I'm watching for GM. I might swing this shit, honestly. I might swing GM. This could be a good leap right here. Or not even a leap, but like a good little long. Let me show you real quick. GM looks very good. And I was even looking at CVS financials. Let's go look at CVS financials real quick. Yeah, CVS profitable. They making $4 billion a year, $7 billion. You know, they dropped though. They dropped this year. That's probably, so you got to think that explains the stock drop. You see how they were going year over year. They were doing good, and then they lost a lot of profits. So this could be a time CVS could recover. So whenever somebody has a down year, you can, if you believe in that company, you can buy the recovery. So if they profit, so let's go look at their quarterly statement. So that's annual. So CVS quarterly, they still down quarterly, but 2022 they came up and made a profit, and then they didn't lose that much this next quarter. So you know, I'm personally I'm fucking with it. GM. Let me go look at GM real quick. Let me go look at their financials. So yes, I am a fundamental. I'm all this shit, man. Do not play with me. I do this. All right. When it comes to this money, I do this. So I don't even know why people shitting on GM, man. Cause check this out. 6.5 billion. Come on, stop doing all that. Where we at? 6.5 billion, 6.2 billion. And by the way, I know y'all saying, hey, Aristotle, that's millions. It's all numbers are in thousands. So you got to add 3 more zeros to this. And then they dropped 1 billion, but I still believe in them. And let me tell you why I believe in GM for the future. Because they're going all electric. And on top of that, they have a chart pattern right here on the daily chart. So if this breaks out first on the RSI, on the daily, this thing could take off. So it's a falling wedge. So we add one more falling wedge. Falling wedge pattern. Check this out. I'm gonna show y'all something. So watch how similar these things look. I'm gonna find it. It's gonna be one of, here we go. So check this out. Check how much this. So look, we have a downtrend, right? Then we got a falling wedge. Then we got divergence right here, right? So GM looks the exact same. We got a downtrend, we got a falling wedge, and then we got divergence right here. Textbook, is it not? Looks the exact same as that picture. Downtrend, falling wedge, divergence, right? So I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with GM. That might be one of my favorites. CVS and GM look the best. Nike, fuck Nike, by the way. All right. But I'm still in. I'm still in Nike. We probably get us a recovery. Nike CEO had to have been in Honey Drip. Check this out. We got in Nike swing, right here. And then we banked. Then the next day, this motherfucker not only dropped below support, but like gap down. I'm like, Nike CEO got to be in my motherfucking chat. You a hater, nigga. Man, all these Nikes I got in my closet, and you got the nerve to do this to me, Nike. I done bought about 10 pair of Dunks last week, and everything, right? So, you know, I'm not a fan of that, Nike. I think y'all in Honey Drip, we got it. Look, we literally banked. So I'm thinking, yeah, we about to go crazy. Cause check out Nike. This shit was on a uptrend. So I was like, hey y'all, this look good. This look good. It was on a trend. I bought it off the trend. And then Nike go motherfucking, you get what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, this what we doing, Nike. Motherfucking my chat spying on me and shit. But anyways, y'all, let me put my camera. Let me see. FaceTime camera. Here we go. There we go. But yeah, Nike, I didn't appreciate that. Yeah, Nike is a hater, bro. They was a hater for that shit. We banked, and then they gonna do me like that. But anyway, this your boy Aristotle. Make sure you click the link in the description if you want to get the $25 trial. Make sure you join the chat. We don't play. This is every day. We got live trading. We got we got everything you need. Everything you need. We live trade every single day. You can check out the games. My folks ain't playing. Look, my boy happy. People posting this in games with their daughter. Going to put that heart right there. See, we a family. You could post your family. We good. Everybody getting money. We don't play every day. $800. That's $800. So this dude paid. He's paying $250 a month. He's one of the premium guys, but he's paying that for $800. He made $800 profit. $200. $430. So make sure you tap in. $1,200. $473. We don't play, man. Make sure you get in. We do not play. We were real family. I meet up. I link with my folks. I fuck with them a long way. $1,300, and that's a real account. You see that $1,300. Y'all see what's going on. Y'all see what's going on. Do not act like you don't see what's going on. This is every day. I did not have a red day last week. Okay. Ooh, nasty. 55K. This guy wasn't playing. But yeah, y'all take it easy. It's your boy Aristotle. Y'all know what I'm about to go do. God bless y'all. See y'all in the chat. All right. God bless.